Hello and welcome to another Franchise Hockey Manager stream. My name is Adam. I'm the community manager of Franchise Hockey. With me, back with me this week, I guess maybe is the best way to say it, is FHM producer Jeff, who's digitally pictured on your screen. Say hi, Jeff.
Hey, everybody.
And we are back with going back to school, Wisconsin Badgers 2025-2026 season continued, title or bust. Jeff, how confident do you feel coming into this game? It's been a few weeks since
Uh,
we've been at it.
yeah, well, not as confident as I did before the last one, because basically this happened the month of January, which we played last time. We played Michigan 4 times and managed to lose each one of the games. Now, they're still tied with us at the top of the Big Ten, but that's not good. I mean, they're the team we're going to have to get by them at some point, presumably. I mean, even just to win the conference tournament. And they handled us pretty well. So that's a bit concerning. We had a few injuries, although I think we're getting through those. Okay, one guy just day to day. Lindstrom's almost back too. Charlie Stramel, that's a big loss. He's gone for another 2 or 3 weeks, so he's going to miss probably a half dozen more games there. And Horvath is only day to day too, and he wasn't. Oh yeah, he is a starter, but who we got in for? We got Pino in for him. So we looked like the best team in college hockey to begin when we started off the last stream. Now we are ranked eighth. So been sliding down. Hopefully we can gain back a little bit of that ground. You can also see we just it's February 2026, so the Winter Olympics just finished, and the U.S. beat Germany 11-5 in the Olympic final. I think we can go right along here. Oh, we got to switch a couple of guys out of the lineup for the injuries. St. Marie. Oh, but Cruz Lucius is healthy. Okay. I think I'm just going to switch the lines around and see what we get. Lindstrom can probably play just day to day with a bruised shoulder, so I think that's fine. Let's see what the I got. Yeah, Lucius goes on the first line. Lindstrom, I got him locked to the second line. I don't know about that. Yeah, okay. I'll put on the fourth line. I'll have to check that again after the next game, but I think that's fine. And just take a quick look at how our players have been doing this year. Celebrini leading scorer, probably not as dominant as I expect them to be. And Stramel continuing to be. I mean, you thought he was a Wings draft pick. You would have expected they would have signed him by now, but his college career has kind of been up and down so far. It hasn't really been dominant. Gosek, one of our big recruits last year, had not a great freshman year, but he's really broken out this year. He's getting first line time, so doing really well. Defenseman scoring. It's actually Dexheimer leading in the defenseman. He's a senior this year. I guess that sort of makes sense. Goaltending split between Bruveris and Elias. Elias should have been the starter last year, but didn't qualify academically, so he had to redshirt the year. Bruveris took over the starter, did a pretty good job, so they've been back and forth this year. I think Elias is a little bit better right now, but Bruveris has still been playing better this season, so remains to be seen who will go with going into the playoffs. But now we've got Ohio State this week. They are fourth in the conference. Should be beatable. Let's see how we do. 3-2 loss to start.
Not great.
Nope. I think we'll go with Bruveris in goal for the second game. And if you haven't seen these streams before, the college schedule is set up so it's pretty much all Friday and Saturday games. And so
Yes.
we'll get 2 games back to back, and then we'll have a break of 5 days. Okay, maybe Lindstrom wasn't quite ready yet. We'll go with Kaplan back in for the next game. Oh wow, Lucius' health fell way off. I'm going to give Akeson a game. Oh no, Akeson's redshirted. I Well, what I'll do there then is bump Lucius down to the third line, swap him with Ratty, and give Rivera's a start. And do we do any better? No, we don't. 4-2 loss to Ohio State. So we are really struggling within the conference. Oh, oh man, that's bad. That's not good at all. Celebrini is hurt. Please don't let
Uh-oh.
it be serious. Lacerated kidney, 1 to 2 months. Where does that put us?
Bad. That puts us bad, Jeff.
Oh God, we were right. That was the last game of the season. I should have sat him out.
So I
Oh
said
man.
it was bad.
Well, there goes our tournament hopes.
So we're officially hitting the bus, is what you're saying.
And I let Michigan pass us on the last day of the season for us. So we're no longer the top seed in the Big Ten tournament. We're missing our best player. Got a couple other guys out, and we are having huge problems beating teams within the conference. So do not
Fun.
expect a lot out of this playoff. And this was shaping up such a good year up until about 2 months ago. Okay, development report looks fine. Mostly the younger guys that'll be with us in a season or two. Nobody going downhill, shouldn't be in this age. Lindstrom is healthy now. Okay, the budget. That's all fine, I think. And hopefully, I think we've got a couple of weeks off here so we can at least have some time for the guys to recover. And we're not getting Celebrini back, that's for sure. But at least some of the other guys with lighter injuries can hopefully make it back into the lineup before we have to start the playoffs. But this is not good at all. Wonder what our... Was there a... Oh, the poll isn't out yet. Athletic director thinks we're doing fine, but let's see
Really
what
saw
happens
that
after
you
the playoffs.
injured,
Yeah.
taking out half the team.
Final regular season poll, and we're down to 11th place. So still in the top 20 at least, but no longer a favorite, I'm sure.
As we shouldn't be.
Yeah, I mean, we were number one for what, about 2/3 of the season?
Yeah, well, if you're going to take everybody out.
Okay, Horbach is almost healthy. St. Marie is healthy. We got a schedule yet? Nope. Oh yeah, there's we're playing because we started this game early on. I think the schedule was a little weird for one of the conferences, and it tends to delay everybody else. So there's a long gap here between the conference tournament starting and the end of the regular season. So this
Yeah.
will help us a little bit, but so Florida Vegas final. Guess it had to happen eventually. But pretty much no traditional hockey markets left in the
I,
playoffs, at least. Yeah.
yeah, I don't. I'm very conflicted on a lot of things.
Yeah.
I can't cheer for Vegas. I know that much.
Why not?
Why not? Because I don't want them to win.
Well, I mean, they're the Western team, although
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
can't cheer
I
for
used to
them.
live in Florida, but Tampa is more my team there, so I don't really care about the
Listen,
Panthers.
Jeff,
Yeah.
it would be like me cheering for Vegas would be like you cheering for Mark Messier.
Okay.
All right, let's just throw that out there so everybody knows and understands the reference. Okay.
That. But yeah, I mean, I think Florida is probably going to win it, but hopefully at least we get a
I
decent
have
series out of it.
I have no idea, like just none anymore.
I'm kind of curious to see
I
how the
mean,
TV ratings are going to be with two southern markets in the final.
I thought Dallas might have won. I did not know. Oh, okay,
Didn't know what.
that there was a Memorial Cup game on right now.
Oh, and like TSN or what?
Yeah, Blazers and Thunderbirds are playing right now.
Hmm.
Huh. The things we learn
Okay.
as phone alerts come in.
Yeah, I've been buried in FHM 10 stuff for the last few days, which is coming along nicely, by the way, if anybody's wondering. Can't really talk about anything yet.
FHMX,
Yeah.
right?
Now,
FHMX.
should we call it that?
I think it would be kind of cool, to be honest. Get a big X on the logo.
You go to the Roman numerals. Okay, college hockey poll still 11th.
I don't
And
know. That,
wait, let me. Okay, yeah, I think college hockey is schedule is done, so we should see the conference tournament coming up any second now. Okay, award nominees. Any of our guys? Hobie Baker? Nope, none. Mike Richter Award for Best Goalie? Nope, neither of our guys got it. Top Athletic Director? Not us. Humanitarian of the Year? Nobody with none of our guys. And I think that's Coach of the Year.
Isaac Howard's still in college in 2026. That's Kim is chilling.
Yeah, I think
He
something
just
went.
won't leave.
Right. Yeah, this is his final year.
Doesn't want to leave.
He didn't do that great the first. I mean, it was a slow start, point a game through the first. Didn't like the third year. Didn't really take off, but then this year he had a monster year. So he's probably getting the Obie Baker. Oh, final poll. We've actually moved up to 10th, I guess. Whatever games were being played at the end there. And there we go. And well, the good news is the tournament's underway. The bad news is Charlie Stramel isn't ready yet. And we got Michigan State in the first round, so they were 6-16 this year. So we should not lose this. But let's carefully put the lineup together for this. Pino is out. Horbach goes back in. Wingers are okay. Lindstrom has to go back in. Kaplan goes out. Stramel is at least down to day, but he's still showing red. So, yeah, Celebrini in his kidney. Hockey player really need a kidney? I mean, not immediately.
Yes.
You get through a
I
game
mean,
without one,
yes.
probably. I mean,
Listen, Andrew Luck is the only guy I know who's played through anything similar, and that still retired him earlier in his career than it should have.
okay. Just letting the AI do the lines completely. It's actually putting Lindstrom on our first line because we're really thin at center after Celebrini.
Although, to be fair, Jeff, I will say, I mean, we've had how many hockey players die on the bench and they want to go out for the next shift. So
Yeah.
it's all relative there, I guess.
Okay. First line, Gorsick, Lindstrom, and Lucius. So we're missing 2/3 of our top line. Who do I go with in goal here? Elias or Bruveris? Bruveris is hotter, has played better this season. Elias is nominally
Hey, P
better.
Wog, how's it going?
I'm going to go with Bruveris. He did fine for us in the playoffs last year until he lost.
Okay, just as I'm mentioning, we are currently streaming live on our Steam platform, or on Steam platform. We are streaming live on twitch.tv/franchise hockey manager, as well as twitch.tv/OOTP developments. So you see or hear me talking or Jeff talking to somebody who's not in your chat actively, then you'll know it's from somebody else and we're not talking to invisible people. You know,
Okay, so the 6-25-3 Michigan State Spartans try to beat us. Can they? Oh man, that's way too close. 3-2 win for us. Michigan State opened it. We were up 2-1 after two. They tied it. And Taden Ratty, I think Ty Ratty's younger brother, gets the last goal 5 minutes into the third. So on to the second round of the Big Ten tournament. If we're really lucky, somebody will knock off Michigan for us.
maybe. Probably not.
Conference playoffs, that's what I'm looking for. Oh, actually, we're going to have to do that ourselves because they had the bye in the first round, and now we've got them.
Perfect.
Ohio State and Minnesota playing the other two, so no surprises there. And we only got a day off between games, so unless we get really lucky, I don't think we're getting Stramel back for this one. Oh, wait. Ah, he's orange. 80%, but he's still play. He can still play. So, who do I sit to put him in? Probably one of the left wings. Shrest. Not going to bench Ratty after he just got that goal, so try that. I'm going to put Stramel on the second line because he isn't going to be totally healthy. Although Lucius is 94%.
Tough choices.
That would put 3 power forwards on the first line together, so that probably doesn't make sense. So I'm going to go
Actually,
with the
that
second
sounds
line
like a
like that.
fun line.
Yeah.
Just bulldozing.
Okay. Rivera's won the first one, so we'll give him the second start. Going to go with him in the playoffs, I guess. Although he may, if he loses this, we may take another look for the national tournament. So we play. This is a conference tournament first. Play this. This decides who gets a guaranteed shot in the national tournament. But we should, even if we lose this, we should be going with one of the other bids. Aha! 5-4 win. We finally come up with a win over Michigan, and we do it at the right time.
That's odd.
What's odd about
A
it?
win over Michigan?
Yeah, 5-3. Let's see, was 1-0 for us after. Oh no, wait, 0-0 after the first.
I agree.
2-2 after the
I agree,
second.
Kim. Have a draft and only draft power forwards. Just everybody's a power forward.
Well, wasn't basic. That's basically the Flyers in the '90s, isn't it?
You have to think
Blair,
about this for a minute.
Lindros, Fords.
Well, technically, they didn't draft.
Legion of Doom.
Well, technically, they didn't draft Lindros.
Okay, so Minnesota
They did.
is the. Wait a second, let me see this. Oops, wrong tournament. CCAC. Minnesota beat Ohio State, who also beat us recently. How have we done against Minnesota this year? Last time we saw them, we beat them 7-1, so maybe we got a chance here at winning the conference tournament.
All right, here's hoping.
Somehow, and if we're incredibly lucky, if we get deep into the national tournament, maybe we get Celebrini back. But I mean, that was just terrible timing, losing the best player. And Stramel's back to 100%. Just in time for the Minnesota game, although, well, actually he's 84% fitness, but he doesn't have the injury marker anymore. So he can probably go on the first line. Everybody else, Celebrini's still showing 1 to 2 months. No, that's that 3 power forward thing, and he's a little fatigued, so we'll leave that out again. And Rivera starting again against Minnesota. Do we win the conference tournament? Yes, we do. 8-5 win. Not exactly a defensive masterpiece, but 3-3 tie after the first period. And we're up 5-4 and then get 3 more goals in the third. So happy with the offensive output. Couple of guys not having great defensive games. Great game out of Gorsic. 97 game rating. Got to be one of the best of the year. 95 offensive, 92 defensive. And Stramel has 3 points despite the low fitness.
All right.
I'll take a quick look at our tournament stats. all right, those are set up, I think, to not be included in the playoffs. Okay, which makes sense. Oh God, Stramel's hurt. Bruce thigh day to day. Okay, so we are the conference champions. Let's see. Oh no, I gotta play through the day to see who comes out of the other ones. That will presumably bump us up in the. Yeah, it looks like in chat request in one of the channels for the tactics. I'll show that in a second when we come back up here. Uh, I guess we're going to go with Riveris and goal through the rest of this since he won the conference tournament.
Good idea.
Kind of obliged to go with him, even if he let in 5 in the last one. And we're somehow managing to score without Celebrini in the lineup. And there'll be a few days break before the national tournament starts, so we'll see who we get in the first round. Actually, I'm going to shut it down for a second. I just want to see who won the other. Oh, actually, shut it down at the right time because the tournament starting that day. The conference tournaments. Atlantic Hockey goes to Canisius. We win the Big Ten. ECAC. Princeton 2-1 over Clarkson. Hockey East. Northeastern over Boston University. CCHA is Ferris State over St. Thomas. And the NCHC is Nebraska Omaha over Minnesota Duluth. And want to see the tactics there. Nothing too wild. Fairly conservative. Breakout is along the boards. Balanced attack on offense. I'm just basically. I think we checked this. This is pretty much what we used last year as well. I think we switched a couple of things up at the start of the season just because they were better fits for us. But for the most part, it's a fairly conservative. Whoops, did I change that? Yeah, fairly conservative settings. Okay, first round game against RIT, the Rochester Institute of Technology.
Who won it last year? Now that I'm trying to think.
That
Because
was
it was somebody.
Michigan Tech, who oh no, Michigan State is who we
Right.
beat in the tournament. Yeah, Michigan Tech was the defending champion. How are they in the they didn't even make it this year, 17 and 15, so they were kind of mediocre after winning it last season. Anyhow, back to RIT. First glance, that's a very deep team. Good forwards, a couple of good defensemen, solid goaltending. Okay, Cameron Cook, best leading scorer. Yeah, their 4 and 5 star guys are all at the top in the scoring list, so they're good players have been contributing this year. And in goal, yeah, looks like Posh is a starter and pretty good numbers. He's must be a senior. No, maybe not. He's no junior. He's doing 1 more year after this. Well, they got an English guy in the lineup. Oh, Liam Steele. I've heard of him. We had a pretty good season, actually. And these guys were, 27, 7 and 1 in the regular season. Yeah, second place in Atlantic Hockey. And today, how'd they do in their tournament? Oh, got upset by Niagara in the first round. So they've had a little bit of a break, more than we did. They have Moldenhauer, one of their best forwards, is got a torn thumb ligament. I think they've got him They're deferring treatment. They must be deferring treatment on that. That'd normally be a red injury, and it's because it's got 1 to 2 months left. It's only orange, so he's going to be handicapped a little bit. Our injury situation is Stramo can't play. Surprised I didn't get the deferral option on that. I should have for a day-to-day injury like that. That's weird. I got to check the injury settings. Did I have that one not set correctly?
Did you look at tactics, Chef? Sorry, my mind went
Yeah, I
elsewhere
did.
for a minute.
I did check tactics. Yep. Okay, gonna have to juggle the lines again. Hmm. I think we're kind of outmatched here, just with the injuries. But Rivera's back in the star as a starter again. Let's see if we get lucky. Not optimistic here, though. And we lose in overtime. What happened? We were up. Charest gets us up 1-0 in the. Oh no! Did we blow up? Yep, we were up 2-0 halfway through the third period. And Zazulia, I think is one of the better RIT players, gets 2 goals in the last 10 minutes to tie it. And Oza Lynch, I wonder if that's any relation to Sandus Oza Lynch, gets a winner at 13:52 of overtime. So that is the end of our season.
What was the name? Sorry, I missed it there.
Of who?
Lynch. I was going to look it up here.
I can check if, unless it's not in the, it's not showing up as Sandus Oza Lynch's son, but remember he used to play for the Sharks?
Well, that's not spelled the same.
No, that's the S is just, you translate that, transliterate that into English as SH. Oza Lynch, Sandus Oza Lynch's would be the same.
I remember it was okay. CH was what I remember. Who?
No, SH. But it's only showing him as Latvian.
All right.
You think he'd have American citizenship if he was, so I guess not.
I'm just looking to see if there's a relation here.
And I'm just going to do this one day at a time here so we can at least watch the rest of the tournament because we are out now with half the stream left. Now recruiting to mention. Okay, first round games. Nebraska Omaha upsets ASU. So they're into the second round. Minnesota Duluth winning as expected. They've been one of the stronger teams the last couple of years. So Minnesota Duluth, Nebraska. Okay. I think that's the same as the CCHA. All right, which conference are they? Yeah, that's same as their conference final game. UMass Lowell is going to play RIT after our RIT was actually seated ahead of us, so that wasn't an upset. Thanks to our
just looking.
Collapse. Good.
Sandus Oza Lynch had 2 sons, but they're both born in the 90s.
Yeah, too old.
Yeah, and also, fun fact, just because he owns Latvia's first 18-hole golf course.
Oh, good for him. Yeah, so a few upsets here, actually. Ferris State knocked off Boston University. And this is a good one for us. Princeton beat Michigan. So are we completely out of Big Ten teams in the playoffs? So we didn't make it, but neither did Michigan. Canisius beating Colgate 4-1. That's as expected. And Miami beating Boston College. Not a good day for the Boston teams. So no really high seeds left. ASU went out. I guess Minnesota Duluth is probably the favorite at this point. So let's play a week and see what happens. Actually, no, I should do it day to day because that's going to be the tournament games are closer together than that, I think. I'll just interrupt that and check the games. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we got They're all scheduled today. Not 7-1 time. Minnesota Duluth, so they're probably the tournament favorites now. Oh, they get upset by Nebraska Omaha again. So they are out. Nebraska Omaha very hot in the conference tournament, now in the national tournament. RIT that beat us loses to UMass Lowell. Princeton, who upset Michigan, also beats Ferris State. And Miami and Canisius, 5-4 for Canisius. So that will take us to the Frozen Four. I'll just advance it one day and we can see the matchups for the first round of games. Kim is Jill asking you about Celebrini. I got to check that. Drafted by the Flyers, 8th overall, and yeah, I was kind of expecting to sign them last year, but actually, just out of curiosity, how are the Flyers doing? Yeah, they could use them. Second to last in the Metropolitan Division. And in this game, apparently the Columbus trades last year worked out much better, so it was Gaudreau leading the league in scoring. But pretty good for the top teams. Vegas and Dallas are top of their division, and Florida second in the Atlantic. But back to our tournament. So Mass Lowell versus Nebraska in one semifinal, and Canisius versus Princeton in the other. So Mass Lowell is the highest remaining ranked team. They're in the number 3 seed going into this, and Canisius was 7, Nebraska and Princeton both unseeded. So Mass Lowell probably the favorites. Oh wow, they got no goaltending at all. How'd they make it this far?
A wing and a prayer.
Oh, they've got a really deep group of defensemen in front of them. That's probably helped, and pretty good forwards, but they got to be vulnerable to, like, one bad game will take them out here. And when the game's scheduled for? The 9th. Okay. Just play right up to that date. So, yeah, I mean, Celebrini may have played his last game for us then, if we lose him. Oops. Have the development report. Stramo was a senior, so I'll go through that in a second. Just have a look at our roster and see who's going to be leaving at the end of June. Because we may be in rough shape. Oh, great. Stramel's within sight of returning. That's incredibly helpful.
Well, yes, of course it is.
But tournament looks wide open at this point. Although Princeton's been playing really well, so maybe they've got the best shot. Oh, so if we had made it to this far into the tournament, Celebrini might have been ready. 1 to 2 weeks left. Maybe not. 2 more days to the semifinal games. Oh, Stramo's back healthy. Fantastic. And
Ms. Jones says goalies are an entirely vibes-based species. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Also seems appropriate then with...
So, Mass Lowell and their terrible goaltending against Nebraska Omaha, who's... Actually, I'm curious about Nebraska Omaha. So they won that conference tournament. Good goalie. Forwards seem a little thin. Defense is okay-ish. And not really any dominant scorers. Goalie stats are probably pretty good. Oh, actually kind of disappointing. But Cozy. Slovak goalie? Yeah. And Nebraska Omaha stays hot. 5-2 win over UMass Lowell. So that is the remaining top seed gone. Only other seeded team left is Canisius, who managed to beat Princeton 5-4 with 3 goals in the third. Wow. Came back from a 4-2 deficit. Play the next couple of days. And we've got Canisius and Nebraska Omaha in the final.
So, Jeff, do you think you should get fired after this season?
Well, it's hardly my fault all these guys got injured. I mean, the
And yet,
mid-season choke wasn't that impressive, granted, but... And national championship. Nebraska Omaha versus Canisius. Nebraska Omaha, 2-1 win. So they got hot late in the year and managed to pull that off. A reasonably well-balanced team. They had 1-0 after the first. Canisius tied it in the second, and then the winner, 6 minutes left in the third. So what does their team history look like? Yeah, first year, well, we're in the 4th year of this, so they were good the first year, went downhill, bounced back last year. Big attendance, over 10,000 game. They were actually kind of mediocre for the regular season, 17-16 only. They just turned it on for the playoffs. So a team that's just over 500 wins the national tournament. Now let's have a look at the mess we're in. Have a quick check the stats for the season first. Celebrini, leading scorer, although not by as much as I would have wanted to. Didn't really get the scoring support that I would have liked to see. Not a lot of scoring off DR. Where is, what's his name? Steinhoff, our big freshman defenseman, came in at 5 stars and only put up 13 points in 27 games. I mean, there was a couple of good guys ahead of him in the lineup. Still, you would have wanted more points than that. Lucius, well, he actually went downhill this year. 19 points, only 4 goals. Seeing a lot of disappointment here. Well, Mellenbacher, I think I pulled him off the first time for Grosick, and he dropped from 31 points to 15. Is he drafted? Yeah, he was a 7th rounder by the Wings. They're got to be disappointed in that pick, even for a 7th rounder. I think he's not looking like he's going to make it. So we're definitely losing. Okay, Rowbotham's nothing. That's just about a 3rd or 4th string goalie. Tyson Jugnoth, that's going to hurt. Or arguably, well, Steinhoff should have been the best defenseman this year, but he may have been it. Horbach, who's been a pretty solid defenseman, 4 stars, and basically 3 of our top end defensemen are all gone. Steinhoff's going to be almost alone, other than a couple of. I don't know, Yugbury. Okay, so Buckberg is still there. He's a junior, so he'll have a little bit of veteran help, but not much. Newton, just a spare part. That's nothing. Cruz Lucius, kind of an ongoing disappointment. Nowhere near as good as his brother. Did he get drafted by anybody? 4th rounder by the Hurricanes. That's looking like a bad pick now. And the other guy who's leaving is Stramel, our top line right wing, who never really put it together. He was a fairly high pick. Yeah, 11th overall by the Wings. Didn't really work out for them. So we're not doing a great job developing NHL caliber prospects here. Our junior class is kind of thin, so I mean Buckberger will be on the top pair next year. Mellenbacher hopefully bounces back. Chapman will finally get some full time playing time next year. Bruveris is probably going to be splitting time at goal again, and Novak, kind of a spare part, third, fourth liner guy. So, and the underclassmen got a lot of sophomores, a lot of freshmen. Had a really good really good freshman class 2 years ago, so we're going to be strong 2 years from now. I don't know if how well we're going to put it together next season, particularly if Celebrini goes. Let's see how the NHLs. I'm going to play it together. Play it forward for. Let's take it up to the start of May. Although we'll probably get interrupted before then. We'll just see how the NHL season plays out. Canucks, not surprisingly, out of the playoffs. Looks like the Jets may be as well. Oh, and there's the
Shocker.
tournament champions award for their trophy for the Mavericks. Nebraska Omaha. We'll have the award ceremony coming up too, which will not involve our guys in any way, shape, or form. Kim is chilling on asking if any of the freshmen are going to get drafted. Good question. Let's take a look in a second. I think I'm sure what's his name Steinhoff will be.
Probably
a very high pick too. Won't know that for a couple of months. And I'll probably have to do that offline because I don't think we're going to get quite to the season changeover in this stream. But I'll just let this run up for the beginning of May, which should give us a picture of how the NHL is doing. Oops. All right. And yeah, not a surprise. Isaac Howard winning the Hobie Baker as the college MVP. Miles Hillman of Nebraska Omaha is the most outstanding player in the NCAA tournament. Mason Matthew, who is the Princeton goalie this year, and looks like he's graduated now, wins the Richter Award. We've had a pretty good season in goal, although it looks like he's not an NHL prospect at all. You can see because he's left the team, he's gone to free agency. He's just free. He's graduated and he's a free agent now, so that's showing NHL relative talent and potential, not college relative. He would have been higher than that for college, but he's probably not going to go anywhere. Arizona State athletic director wins the top GM. Humanitarian Award, C.J. Zins of Minnesota State. Spencer Penrose Award, I can't remember what. Oh, that's the top coach. Yeah, so Arizona State's coach and athletic director win the coach and GM awards. Any of our guys on the All-Star team? Nope, not even the. You can see it's a little bit of a problem here because the game is set to let the college guys graduate early, so they can do what they normally do, and a lot of them will move on to a pro team for the last few games of the season. But so when that happens, it won't show up their college team in the news announcement. But we didn't even place anybody on the All-Star teams. And it doesn't look like any one team particularly dominated. Celebrini's ready for contact. Well, that's incredibly helpful. And we should see some of those. And actually, we'll probably lose a few. Oops, I meant to look at the potential draft picks. And a few of our guys have departed already. It looks like Lucius Newton and Horbach aren't looking for pro contacts yet. Potential draft picks. Oh, better sort it by age, actually. And we got a bunch. It's Steinhoff, I'm sure, is going to be fairly highly rated, so he's probably going to go in the draft. We got a couple of guys who are, well, one guy is 5-star potential, but redshirted this year, so we'll see if Akeson gets any draft interest. And Cam, the goalie, we also redshirted 4.5 stars in college. I don't think that. I'm not sure that's going to be quite enough to get NHL draft interest because I think it's normally we just see the 5-star guys at the college level getting drafted. Yeah, whatever, Celebrini. Seeing as we'll probably never see you again after the season ends. Oh, he's back. Fantastic. So if we had somehow managed to make the playoffs extend until the middle of April, we would have had him back.
I mean, it's not impossible. It wasn't likely, but such as it is.
Let's take a look at the NHL playoffs. And World Championships should be getting going pretty soon too. Minnesota, Northern Michigan, and Penn State fired their coaches, so we survived the off-season firings. Oh, the Jets made the playoffs and they're up 3-1 over Dallas. Must have had a little. Oh, okay, yeah. There's the Central was tougher than the Pacific, and they were fifth in Central, but seventh in the conference. And now they're on the verge of upsetting Dallas. And where's Florida? Oh, no, Florida's up 3-1. Okay, I'll play it together. Play it forward to, let's say, next week, May the 4th. And see what the NHL playoffs look like after that. Oh. Still got all the interruptions on. All right, I can move on that screen. And the Jets beat Dallas 4-1 in 5 games with an overtime win in Game 5. Which puts them up against possibly Seattle in the second round. I got a development report. Fairly quiet, mostly the younger guys. Yeah, a few of our current guys improving. Akason up to, nope, still at 1 star. Oh, Rivera's moved up to 3.5 stars. So he may be starting next year again. So he's tied with Elias now. Unless Elias moved up as well. Nope. Monthly budget, I can save a little money by trimming morale back. And I'll leave scouting where it is. Okay, Vegas and Minnesota in 1 series. Detroit, is this? No, this isn't the final semis, is it? Must be. No, it's still, yeah, okay. Up, Hall of Fame nominees. And I'm going to go with Chris Pronger. Rangers in Detroit go to Game 7. I didn't see what happened in the other one. Oh, that okay. Vegas and Detroit wind up winning their opening round series. Jets win their first one against Colorado in overtime again. Oh, 8-5 win for Colorado in Game 2. And Colorado is now up 2-1 over the Jets. 3-1, and Winnipeg's season may be over, and I think New Jersey just swept their series. Oh, Winnipeg wins, so 3-2. Coming back for Game 6. Can you win it? Nope, 5-2. You're out. Sorry, Adam.
I'm not shocked.
And Panthers and Wings in the other series, and the Panthers win that one. Seattle and Colorado and New Jersey and Florida remaining. New Jersey is looking pretty strong. Florida takes a game off them finally. And Florida and New Jersey tied now. Colorado looks like they may be up to ready to finish theirs. And New Jersey wins their series. So we got the U.S. wins the World Championships as well as the Olympics. And they got, I guess, Columbus went out early in the playoffs, so they got Johnny Gaudreau playing for them. And we're looking at Colorado Avalanche against the former Colorado Rockies.
Interesting.
The Sabres are actually the defending Stanley Cup champions. Should get the games in a couple of seconds here. Monthly budget can stay as it is. New Jersey wins the first one. And there's the Hall of Fame vote. And we'll go for Pronger, who I nominated. Alexander Maltsev, Fleury, and who do you think for the last one, Adam?
Man, Hammerlick.
Not Hammerlake. Brian Propp, former Brandon Wheat King.
I was not. I'm surprised you didn't put in Ryan Miller, to be honest.
Just he briefly played for the Canucks. And
yeah, pretty much.
The Devils
How you
about to
design pretty much everything.
sweep the Avalanche here, it looks like. Oh no, Avalanche forces it to Game 5. Can they come back? Nope. Devils win the Cup in 5 games. Oh, we got assists to extend here. A whole bunch of them, actually. Most of these guys are signing for regional amounts, so don't need to. Look for anybody else there, I think. Okay. So, what does that Cup winning Devils team look like? Didn't have a huge regular season. Okay, yeah, Jack Hughes with a big year, 114 points. I got Luke Hughes as well, although he missed the last part of the season. Nico Dawson goal. Huh. Doesn't look like that great of a team.
Huh? Team just got to get hot at the right time.
And just speaking of the Memorial Cup, I'm curious who won that. Oh, still underway. Valdor, Windsor, Everett, and Vancouver. So it must be WHL hosted this year. Play it a week and see how it turns out. And Windsor blowing out Valdor 9-2. Losing to Everett. Is that the final? Yeah, that was the final. The Everett Silvertips win the Memorial Cup. 5-4 win over Windsor.
That would be probably at least their second one.
Yeah, and I mean, even in college terms, and the college standards are a little for players will be a little bit higher. That's. I mean, you could throw that team into the NCAA, and it would be pretty decent. And a big Heslop, Jesse Heslop, an overage guy. Yeah, okay, a bunch of good overagers. Draft pick. Former third rounder by Columbus, but it looks like unless he's got a contract. Nope, he's going to free agency. Won a world championship. The guy looks fairly decent, or at least from a college perspective. And I think that will pretty much take us up to the end of the regular season. Good timing, almost hours about up here. I'll just advance it up to the 30th. We'll take a quick look around.
Well, when you're doing that, we can do the outro as well, I guess.
Yeah, might as well go ahead.
No. When you get going, you're good for.
Yeah. Yeah,
Maybe when you're advancing to July 1st.
Yeah. Okay. There's your season score. So 33 points, not awful. And I got 6 points to spend here. Don't really need a lot of negotiating skill for college. I'll lean a little bit more on the player development. And wait, what was I going to do here? I was going to do something there. I totally forgot what it was. Okay, yeah, I should save it on the 30th. Okay, I think you might as well do the outro now, Adam.
All right. Well, with that, thank you very much for tuning in to another Franchise Hockey Manager stream. We typically stream every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/Franchise Hockey Manager, as well as twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. All of our streams are archived on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/OOTP Developments as well, with our streams going, or the archives going live at about 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sundays. With sorry, my brain is stopping. You know, it's midweek. You can reach out to us on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/franchise hockey manager. On Twitter, we're at franchise hockey. You can also find a link to our official Discord in our Twitter bio. And of course, you're more than welcome to come down to our official website, which is ootpdevelopments.com. Click on the community button in the top right-hand corner, which will bring you to official forums where you can come talk about Franchise Hockey Manager, Out Park Baseball, Perfect Team Go, or anything else you wish to discuss. Jeff, did I miss anything?
No, I think you covered pretty much all that. The only thing I should mention, and I'm just looking at the advanced stats here, by the way, to see how. Nothing really jumping out as a surprise here, although. Highest of the guys who played regularly, the highest goals against per 60 minutes with them on the ice was Roman Zapp, who only had 6 points. Must have done a lot with just a little bit of playing time. So maybe he gets a full-time job next year. But we'll see when I'll off stream. I'll move this over to July 1st. We'll see who winds up leaving and getting signed and drafted, and then we'll probably start this up again at the start of the exhibition season. Yeah, preseason should be. I may do it a little bit before that to set up the lineup, but something close to that we'll skip over the next couple of months. But the other thing I was going to mention, yeah, the playoff sale, which would, I mean, the Steam Sports Fest sale was that ended like no, it's a bit over a week ago. So
It ended last
normally we'd have a 2 week
Monday.
playoff sale, but instead this year we did that Steam Sports Fest for the first week, and then we're going to do another one. We've got to wait. I think it's a full month or 28 days until we can do the next one. So we'll do the there will be one more sale, like the second, what would have been the second week of the playoff sale, will be coming up. And I think I screwed up the timing because I was looking at last year's finals dates and thought we'd still be playing, and thought the NHL would still be playing at this point, but then forgot that everything was kind of moved up by about 2 weeks this year, so back to a normal schedule. So I think the finals will be over by the time we get to that. So that will be the post playoff sale. So look for that in a few weeks. By the end, or well, I guess we're still in May, but towards the end of June. But other than that, thanks for coming out. We'll be back next week with Adam's Columbus game. How'd that go last time, by the way? I missed last week.
Did pretty well. We're already into January now.
Did you sign
Waiting
any
for the young
players over
guys to
the age
step
of
up.
40? Or
No, we
trade
did
for
not
them?
sign any players. We did make a couple trades, though, I believe. I'm sitting here trying to think of who we traded for, or we traded somebody away. Um,
Generally, how trades work.
yeah, I know. I'm trying to remember here. You were there. You were in the draft when we traded for the 2 first-round picks,
Yeah.
and then okay, hold on. I'm just pulling up the safe here, just because I'm looking. Transaction log. We traded away Joe Newendike for Dominique Moore,
Okay. All these
and we
guys don't
traded
even.
away uh, Jan Hedja for Michael Kartner, Matt Kartner.
Matt Gartner. Okay. Well, just a couple of small ones.
Yeah, yeah, and
Eiserman
then
still with you?
Eisman's still there. We picked up Curtis Sanford on the waiver draft.
Oh, you're at the start of the season.
Our
Okay.
goaltender. No,
Okay.
no, no. We're in January now.
Oh
We
wow,
flew
you move
through a
fast.
bunch.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll be back with that next week then, and we'll see if Adam can avoid getting knocked out in the first round. Or are you in the playoff spot?
I don't know. I just closed it. You don't ask me that now. We're fighting. We're fighting.
Okay. So thanks for everybody for coming out, and we will see you a week from now.